Welcome back to the Union Street Podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We are coming to you from South Padre Island here in Texas. Bear with us if you hear a lot of wind noise. We are actually on the beach right now, so that Gulf breeze can be a little strong. So if you hear that, just bear with me. Today's podcast, we're talking about why I think it's important to travel, why a state break is important, and just go over the top 10 reasons why I think travel is a great thing. Travel is important because it'll open you up to a new way of living, get you out of your comfort zone. You can see a new perspective, a new way of that people live. Getting out of your day-to-day is important, and removing yourself from that can have great benefits for you mentally. When you go back to what you're doing, feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, revived. So doing that is really important. You can experience new connections, meet new people, and new cultures, immerse yourself. Again, that will help you have a richer, broader perspective on your own life. So there's a lot of learning and personal growth that can come from traveling, and you can shift your mindset that way. It's a great way to do it. So number one is get out of your comfort zone. So we took a trip here, and we actually went down to Mexico. There's a border town that's close by, and doing anything that creates discomfort is a good thing because it requires you to feel nervous, feel anxious, and those are feelings and emotions that just remind you that you're alive, you're a human being, and feeling that discomfort is where growth can happen. And so which leads us right into number two, new cultural experiences. So we have an amazing life here in the USA, and experiencing life outside, like for example Mexico, where we went yesterday, is really important because it gives you a new cultural experience. What do other people live like? Not everybody is as fortunate as we are here in the US, and learning about different customs and cultures and the way people live just gives you a broader understanding and perspective and a more cultural appreciation for another part of this world, another country, another area. So I think it's really important. I really value experiencing new cultures because you can learn so much from another culture other than your own. And that's important. If that's something that you like to learn, you like to expand your horizons, new cultural experiences is a way that you can really grow your perspective and your mind. So new culture experiences is a really great reason to travel. Number three, you can relax and unwind. Man, this is a good one. In the hustle and bustle of day-to-day life, we don't have enough time to relax and unwind, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a really hard worker, between work, family life, trying to have some sort of fun, being able to have intentional time to say, pump the brakes. I'm intentionally taking time to relax and unwind. Traveling to a new place, like on the beach, like we're here, beautiful, on the Gulf. That's a really good excuse to keep yourself accountable to relax and unwind. And everybody needs that. Everyone needs some relaxation and rejuvenation in their life to make them more fulfilled and more excited to go back to what they do day to day. Number four is a big one. Create memories. This is a huge one. You can have memories. Creating memories and having something to look back on is really important to me because I just appreciate where I've been. I can look back of these things fondly. I take pictures, I make videos, so I can look back and think, man, how lucky am I that I was able to get to do this, go to this place at this time, and I'll be able to have those memories forever. You can't put a price on a memory, a good feeling that you have. And, traveling is a great way to create those memories. And I know I have so many fantastic, just great memories growing up, traveling with my family, becoming an adult and solo traveling around the world. It's just, those are things that I will always hold with me. And I'm so glad that I have those experiences. So creating memories is a huge one. Number 5 is live in the present. This is a big one. Live in the now. You want people to think, oh, what's my 5-year plan, 10-year plan, and always thinking about the past or thinking about the future. But traveling is a really great way to just live in the present, to live in the moment that you're in with that immediacy and intentionality. You can say, man, I'm here right now, focus on this. Nothing else really matters outside of this moment. And again, traveling to a new place is just a great excuse to do that. Number 6 is have stories to tell. This is a big one too, and this kind of goes with creating memories. But, you want to live an interesting life. At least I want to live an interesting life. I want to have stories to tell, in conversation. I want to have something to say. It's those things like, at a dinner party, you want to be able to hold an interesting conversation. Well, traveling to a place and having stories to tell about your adventures in that place is a great way. People are really interested in travel. People want to know about, what you've done, where you've been, and traveling is a great way to create stories. I love storytelling, and it's a big part of my life. And so I have so many stories that I still want to be able to tell from all of my travels, and hopefully one day I can, maybe on this podcast, maybe, in a book or video or something. But traveling, creating new experiences, creating new stories to tell, it's really an amazing thing. So that's a big reason to travel in its own self, is just to have stories to tell, just communicate with people, connect, just have a conversation. So I think it makes you a more interesting person the more traveled that you are. So here we are on the beach in Texas. Actually, we're on an island. And island by... Okay. Number 7, eat local food. This is a big part about immersing yourself in a culture, is the cuisine. What do they eat there? Food is such a cultural ritual that we have across humanity. And so being able to eat the local food and local delicacies is a big way to immerse yourself in that. And normally I don't eat a lot of meat. I have just a pretty regular diet, but I make a point to, whenever I go anywhere, to eat whatever the locals eat, whatever those traditional customs are. That's what I want to eat. I make a point of that because, again, it's a reason to do it. You're in the place. You've traveled all this distance. Well, you might as well just totally dive in and immerse yourself. And the cuisine is a big part of that. So here on the Gulf, I've had a lot of seafood. I've had some great shrimp dinners. So if I'm on the sea, you can bet I'm going to be eating some seafood. I'm not going to be eating anything else, basically. And we're so close to Mexico as well that while I was in Mexico, I had to have traditional, authentic Mexican food. That's just a great way to dive into that culture. The flavors, the smells, the taste, it's big. It's a huge thing. And it's a great reason to travel because you can get that authentic food and authentic cuisine. And it's a great thing. And it's tasty. Who doesn't love to eat? I love to eat. It's a big reason why we travel. Number 8, gives you perspective. Perspective is key. Perspective is everything. And taking yourself out of your own day-to-day situation and putting yourself into a new one, a new place, a new setting, a new surrounding, new sights, sounds, that gives you a more richer perspective on the entire world around you. So when you get to experience these new things, you can broaden your perspective, broaden your horizon, and that's a really great thing to help you just have a fuller perspective, a fuller, richer mind, a mindset, and it gives you just, more context of the world around you, really. So travel, get out, get a better understanding. If you stay home, if you stay home, you only going to know your home. You're not going to have a full understanding of what's going on out there. The way to do it is get on the streets, meet the people, immerse yourself in the culture and the locals, and try to see as many places as you can. I've been very blessed to see so many places, and I'm not done yet. So I think I have a pretty good understanding about what's going on out there compared to maybe the average person. So yeah, it gives you perspective. And perspective is key, and perspective can take you a long way with your mindset. You know, if you have a good perspective on things, you can have a better mindset and understanding of just the fuller picture of what's going on out there. Number 9 is you get to see amazing places. Gosh, you're not going to live life by sitting on the couch. You know, you got to get out there and see these things. See, because the world has so many amazing places that it has to offer. Amazing people, amazing stories, amazing cultures, amazing landscapes. Just being able to wake up, watch the sunrise on the beach, and then go for a run and take a swim in the Gulf it's just so refreshing and rejuvenating to me. And wherever you go, I mean, there's mountains, there's forests, there's so many different areas, deserts, cities, you know, there's so many places that you can be able to see. And again, just broaden your horizons, broaden your perspectives, and see some amazing things, really. And number 10, appreciate your home. So when you travel, when you get out, you appreciate your home and what you have so much more, because you have a gratefulness that, you know, you can bring back with you and say, wow, there's so many cool things I can see out there, but, you know, I'm back home and this is my home base, and you just have an appreciation for it. I'll share a little story. When we went to Mexico, as soon as we crossed the border, there were beggars, you know, children beggars, and that really just breaks my heart to see that. And, you know, it's just like, wow, how lucky we are here in America, just by, you know, just God's grace. We've just been so lucky to be able to be born here. And wow, what a more appreciation I have for this place I call home after seeing, you know, some of the levels of poverty that, you know, the world has. You know, there's levels of poverty here in the U.S., but man, when you get outside the borders, in some places it really hits you in the face, and really, wow, it's staggering, really. So traveling, getting out there, and being able to go back to your home is a really important part, as an aspect of traveling, because you have the experiences traveling, you bring those back home, and you just appreciate that home so much more. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's a beautiful day here in the Gulf. It's my last day, so I'm going to get off and enjoy it while I am still here. But I encourage you to take opportunities to travel. You never know when something might change, your circumstances. So take the opportunity when you have it. You know, just go for it. You know, you only have one life, so live it and go on the trip. Go see the things. You know, we only live once, and again, you never know when your circumstances might change. So, with that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Union Street Podcast. We have a new podcast every Friday at noon Central Standard Time. Go out, travel, enjoy the world. We'll see you in the next one.